Hello and welcome, Inspired Podcast community. This is your new episode. My name is Caroline, and my today's guest is Nicole. And I know your last name is Reiter. Is that true?
Yeah.
Because I don't see it on the screen, but of course I see your face. And we met on social media. It was on Facebook, and yeah, and you have a podcast too, I learned. And I would like you to introduce yourself to the podcast community.
Yes, sure. Love Caroline. Thank you that you invited me, and I'm very, very happy to be here to inspire the community with my own story, with my own my voice. And just a little bit about me. I'm Nicole. I'm a psychologist. I'm working as mental health coach and manifestation mentor. And I normally work in German, but English is also possible if you have a audience here that doesn't speak German. So it's also possible to work in German because we sometimes don't need words in my work. It's beyond words. It's a very energetical work, and so it's very intuitive, and yeah. So I think that's the frame. So the most of the people coming in one-on-one, but I also have group programs, and my own story is that I lived for 2.5 years as a world traveler without a base. And since a couple of weeks, I have a base in Vienna, in Austria. I'm very, very happy there. I really landed there. And I'm very excited to see what happens this year here on this new place for me.
Wow, thank you so much for the introduction. And I have some things. I also have a question coming up. Like you said, you chose your destination, like your new home base, and I love that. And this is Vienna in Austria. And I have a question because you said you are a psychologist. I didn't know this, but Vienna is very famous as a city for a famous psychologist, but it's psychoanalytics,
Yes.
Mr. Freud. Mr.
hmm
Freud. And how would you rate his work in one sentence, or how do you relate to his work?
Um, I think he did a really good work in his time, but I'm not sure if it's still the right way of being in the new time, what we have already. But sure, it's a very good, also a base to use it and to grow further with your own awareness and consciousness.
Wow. Yeah, thank you so much. I think he studied dreams a lot. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's something about the meaning of dreams. I don't know the book title, but you all can look it up, but it's not important. We have an expert here, Nicole, and my next question is, what inspires you?
Oh, that's a very, very good question. Thank you for asking me this question. So, I I love it to be in nature, and I really need movement to connect with myself, and then I getting inspired. So I don't know. I don't can really describe it in words. It's more a feeling. It's more a going deep into myself and feeling and seeing what's coming up. Um, and sure, the environment is very important to get inspired. So like your home, like your base, the people around you. So yeah, these are the things what inspires me. And Vienna is a very, very powerful city. It's an old city, especially in the first district. So it's the old part of Vienna, and with the monuments and the parks, and it's impressive for me, and I love it to be here.
Yeah, I think it has much of, like, if I can say, old spirits or so, or old souls, maybe.
Yes, yes,
I've never been to Vienna. I plan to do it in, I think it was October, or yeah, October, end of October, but it didn't happen. Yes, I will. I will visit Vienna for
yes,
sure.
for sure. And you have to say hello. Yes. Okay. So we
Oh,
have to
yes.
meet up for a coffee.
Yeah, I would like to do this. This is so nice, Vienna. Yeah, but I was in Salzburg several times. It's,
Okay.
yeah, no, a
Yeah,
little bit far away from, but also Austria, and also a nice old town
sure.
where
It's
Mozart
way
was.
smaller, but and I think it's more traditional
Mm,
because Vienna is very international also. So I also have some business meetups with English speaking people or international people. So this inspires me too. So because I'm a German native speaker, but talking in English, listening in English, learning in English is also very, very inspiring and yeah, mind changing maybe also.
yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah, it's very interesting because
yeah.
maybe also because I don't
Mm,
understand every single word, but I feel the energy behind the words more. In German, it's more like, okay, I understand every word and I
mm,
can use my mind very good. But in English, it's sometimes I don't understand every single word, but I feel the
mm.
energy behind the words. And that's more inspiring and more powerful and more opening because you feel and you don't use your mind so much. You use your heart and your energy field. What happens in the spaces between the physical things. Yeah. So the spaces
Yeah,
we don't see. I always say. Yeah.
I can relate to that. Is also when you speak, the silence between the words, or the spaces, that counts, if you listen to the silence. Yeah,
Hmm.
it's so nice, so powerful. And also, this mother language also, it's where the conditioning comes from our parents, and that's why maybe if you detach from that and speak a foreign language, then you get new ideas. You are more open, as you said. Yes.
Yeah.
Wow, thank you
And
so
it
much.
can be very, very healingful to
Mhm.
change the language. So there are studies. Just a short excurse because there are studies from young people. They are very they don't have a good self-esteem and self-trust into themselves, and they go to a exchange to
Mm.
England or to somewhere else, just to another language speaking country, and then they I don't know exactly, but it's almost like they disconnect with their old personality because the new language brings a new kind of facet or um, personality up, and that brings them to more self-esteem and grow in their personality. So it can be very, very healingful to learn a new language, to go into a country with a new language, and yeah, it's very powerful.
Yeah, that's what I experienced. I was in a scholar exchange since the age of 12,
Hmm.
because I French is my first language, and so it was like a bilingual studies, and I was in a family, and I felt at home there and in the
Hmm.
new language. And I opened up because before I didn't speak.
Yes,
Yeah, this is exactly what you say. I love it. And for us too, now the interview is not our mother language, so it's nice
yes,
experience to have
absolutely.
this.
Yeah, it's really cool. Thank you for that too, that you do this
Mm.
challenge for yourself and maybe also for a lot of your interview guests, because I've
Yeah.
seen there are a lot of German interview guests. So this is also for everyone like a little challenge to talk in English about their hard projects and yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. My purpose is to interview people from every country. I think we say each country of the world. Yes,
Wow.
this is to connect people and to present people in a way that other people say, oh, I like to connect. I feel a connection, and then everyone gets connected.
Oh,
This
that's
is my purpose.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Good.
so who inspires you?
Sorry?
Who?
Who?
Who inspires you?
Oh, yeah, I have different kind of people that inspires me. For me, every single human is inspiring because everybody is unique, and so everybody has his own story, his own background, his own way, and it's always very, very impressive to listen to the own stories. Things what's or people that fascinating me are people they do like extreme sport. So here in Vienna, I connected with guys. They do ice bathing and free diving and things like that. And this is very fascinating for me to. So I also do ice bathing and swimming, but not so long. So one of these guys is also a world champion, and I think he swims through uh, the channel between England and
France.
French,
Mhm.
and France. And so this is very, very fascinating and absolutely inspiring for me that people are, that it is possible to do that. Yes.
Mhm.
So it's like, wow. So it's always just your mind that distract you, that really give you, it's always just your own boundary, what
Mhm.
you have to go through. And you can really do everything what your soul really want to live here in this life. And so this is very, very inspiring for me. And I have another kind of people, they inspires me. These are kids, they have diseases. They the most of them I worked with
Oh,
in. Oh,
yeah, it was your
hi.
connection, I think. Yeah.
Okay,
Or
but
was it my connection?
I don't
Maybe.
know. But now we are back, right? So,
Yes. Perfect.
perfect. Yeah. So the second kind of people that inspiring me are kids or families with kids. They have diseases,
Mhm.
especially if the kids are the children are nonverbal,
Mhm.
because then you also have to change the kind of communication, the kind of connection. And this is also really like, okay, you have to open your heart and you have to really connect to these children to understand what he or she needs. And I also, in my background, I'm a nurse for kids in my first life, I always say. And I worked a lot with families like this, or especially with the kids. And it's so I think this is one of my biggest teachers, really a
Mhm.
small boy, and right now he's almost 8, but still nonverbal, still not able to talk or sit or anything. So he really needs 24/7 hours help, and it's so inspiring because he has so a big heart. And it's, yes, I get goosebumps because it's beyond words. I think you feel the energy if
Yeah.
you listen to these words.
Yeah.
And this is very fascinating, and I would like to bring more awareness about this kind of connection and this kind of frequency into this world, because I think these kids are not sure, they are handicapped in our mind,
Yeah.
but they are not really handicapped. I think they are way further than us because they don't use words to
Mhm.
connect, to
Mhm.
communicate. And this is what absolutely fascinating me.
Wow, I had so many pictures in my mind when you were speaking, and I understood something because so all these words like handicap or disabled or even disease is language from the conditioning and also labeling, and also like I call it. I have to say I call, maybe you have a better, not better word, it's a worse word, racism, because for me, when you how is the word, discriminate or discrimination, or also I call it racism because racism
Mhm.
means excluding people,
Yeah.
excluding people, and it's only the view. It's like and when you were talking about opening the heart to see the gifts of this person, the person has a purpose, of course, to show other people. It's like a, yeah, you know what I mean. And I explained, but I never talked about that. But this is all I saw when you were speaking, and you open up to see the beauty, and the racism is just like, I don't want that. I refuse.
Yeah.
It's also fear, of course, fear. I don't
Mhm.
want something I don't know,
Sure.
or I don't,
Yeah.
yeah, know
Yeah.
this strange.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think there is a lot of fear because it's the unknown. A lot of
Mhm.
people don't know, or they never touched to people or kids like this, and so it's I think it's very important to make it normal that they are a part of our system, they are a part of our world, and they can show us a lot. So my words are always, as long as we have to talk about inclusion,
Mm.
we don't have an inclusion.
Yes.
So yeah,
Yes. Mm.
it's very, it's a big topic. I think I could
Yeah.
talk about hours.
I'm happy that you brought it up because, yeah, I think, yeah. But what you said is, as long as we discuss it also in a way that we have to not defend it, but defend what we are doing or what you are doing. Like, you have to explain it. So it's not normal. It's not a habit to, everyone is wanted and loved and adored. And you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm. Perfect. So how do you inspire other people?
that's a good question. Just with my human being, I would say. with
That's
my voice. How you said in the beginning, I do a podcast too. It's a German podcast, but feel welcome to listen to it. It calls Nicole's Welt,
mhm,
like Nicole's World, because it's every once a week I talk just about my life and what inspires me, what I learned about my life, and what I take with me to grow up by myself too. Um, and yeah, I'm very present on social media. So Instagram and Facebook are my channels where you can find me and go in connection with me. And I also have group programs like my Unique Women Circle. It's one evening. Next time is the 1st of February, where we go connected. It's the Celtic year circle.
mhm,
I orient. It's in Bolg, and there it's the new begin of the year in the
mhm, mhm.
Celtic culture. So we do some rituals in kind of this and make a ceremony to left all the old stuff and bring the new things into our life. So this is a very powerful circle what we do. And then I also have a monthly program for a group that starts also in the beginning of February. I don't exactly have the date, but yeah. So, and this is a manifestation course where you can learn manifestate and get inspired by your own, because I think that's a very, very important thing, that you feel your own power that you can get inspired by your own and inspire other people's, because you start shining. That's the very important thing, I think so, yes.
Oh, thank you so much. And I remember because I already clicked on the 1st of February event, and I think it has an interesting timing, like it is 8:22 or something. Like, what is your it's yeah at 8:22.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, it's at 8 o'clock in the evening for 2 hours. So it's around 2 hours, the
Yeah.
time, yes. Cool, thank
Okay,
you.
so reach out to Nicole and to get your spot in the ceremony. Oh, I love that Celtic ceremony. I remember I was listening to Celtic music.
Mhm.
Yeah, there was
Yeah, this is
CD.
also very powerful, this kind of music, yes. If you feel connected, right? It's everybody is different. But
Mhm.
sometimes you really feel the connection to this kind of music, and it's very powerful. Yeah.
And I visited Stonehenge. Do
Oh,
you were at Stonehenge once? Because I think it has to do with Celtic. I'm
yes,
not, yeah.
yes, it has. I've never been there, but this is still on my bucket list to
You
visit.
have to go there, definitely. And then I think when the sun is, there are special days as well, twice a year, when the
Mhm.
sun is in the right spot, shining through the stones. It's interesting.
Cool.
Mhm.
Yeah, I will do a research, and then I will go there on the right time in the
Yeah,
year.
equinox
Perfect. Thank you.
or yeah, you're welcome. I loved it. It was also like manifestation about going to London and then with the rental car driving to Stonehenge. It's not far. It's like 2 hours or I don't know.
Yeah,
It's not
it's
far away.
okay.
Mm.
Yeah, I know. I've been, I think it's already 10 or 15 years ago that I was in London, and I would like to go there, but I think we've been just 2 days in London, and then we had enough in London that we didn't
Yeah.
want to use one full day to go out and come back. Yeah.
Yeah, it's worth staying longer.
Mhm.
Over there, there is also like how's it called? Southampton or Bath with the famous churches or cathedrals. Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and you talked about your offers already? Your groups?
Yeah. So
Yeah. So thank you so much for this interview. I love it. So I will visit Vienna, of course, and I
sure,
will see
you're
you in
invited to have a coffee
Oh!
with me.
Thank you
Yes.
so much.
I
Wow,
already
it's
know a lot of nice, wonderful little coffees, because I love it to work in coffees. This is also inspiring me a bit to don't sit just in my own space and work on my computer. I also go out sitting in a coffee, looking around, see the people, feel the energy, and then I'm working. This is also a way to come in flow for me. Yes.
yeah,
So
this
I
is
can
a
give
nice
some
idea.
recommendations.
Oh, thank you so much. Okay. Thank you. People reach out to Nicole with the code INSPIRED, and then you get your courses, ceremonies, and knowledge, wisdom about Vienna and Celtic environment, coaching, all the stuff she offers. I'm so happy that we talked. Thank you so
Yeah,
much. See you in the
thank
next
you.
episode.
Thank
Thank
you for
you.
being